location here in man, you supposed to make that sale, man. You're trying to get greedy. All right, I'm on location here in Jacksonville. You got some somber-looking Jaguar fans coming out of the stadium. They just blew another game, this time to the Packers, 30-27. Disappointing thing about NFL fans, they pay all that money, and then when their teams get to losing, they go running out of the stadium 15, 20 minutes before the game is over, and the game is still in doubt. I just don't understand all these rich folks that can't sit still long enough to endure their team, support their team. The bad enough thing about it is Green Bay is the #1 traveling fan base in the NFL. And they proved that again today when 3/4 of the stadium were Packers fans. And what they end up doing, these Packers fans, once the schedule comes out, they go to snapping up all the tickets. Now, these home teams, they don't allot the opportunity for a visiting team to go buying up all the tickets. They only sell a certain amount. So there's still an opportunity for Jaguars fans or any other home fan to get a significant amount of tickets to support their team. But when they sit there long enough, the fans say we don't. The team says we don't care who buys the tickets, long as there is somebody in the stands. We don't care. So, like I told you before, there's a major economy to this. You got any comments about the game today? Any comments about the game today? Packer fans, they travel well, and they took over every bank stadium today, and as one fan told me, he thinks that made the difference. Because in the end there, you had a close contest. The Packers were up by 10. Jacksonville came and tied the game up, and Packers drove down to kick a field goal to win the game. But before, the Packers had a 3-point lead. Trevor Lawrence fumbled the ball inside the 10-yard line. Green Bay picked it up, converted that into a touchdown, and that turned out to be the difference in the game. You got any comments about today's game, Madeline?
Awesome game. Amazing game.
Are Green Bay going to the playoffs, or what's up?
I'm really hoping so.
Okay, you know Detroit, Chicago, and Minnesota waiting on you now. What you going to do about that?
Let them wait, baby. Let them wait.
Yeah, have a good day. But these fans, they're fair weather. Well, I guess you spend your money, you can be the kind of fan you want to be. But if it's me, I'm sitting there until the final whistle blow. Come on over here, Jaguar. I know you got something to say, man. Come on over here and talk about them Jaguars, man. You got your cape on. Did you use that to cover your head, or did you cry a little bit after the game? What happened, man?
Right.
Tell me about today's game, man.
Well,
what's up with the Jaguars?
Well, it was actually a pretty close game.
Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, it just didn't go with the W because, well, the defense could not be able to finish the game because they allow a huge pass play on third. I think it was like first down or
this when the game was tied 27.
Yeah, when the game was tied 27, it just allowed a big pass play where Andre Cisco slipped and then let the receiver open, which resulted to a
big play.
Big play resulted to a potential game-winning field goal. And I thought they played pretty good. I kind of gave up a bit when they were down 27-17, and then they started playing with heart and then showing they haven't given up yet, and it wasn't over till it's over. And well, it's starting to show some bit, but they need to be consistent enough to win and prevent opposing teams from taking over half.
Okay, now in defense, you're right. Now they did take over half of your stadium, but those Packers fans are the #1 traveling team fan-wise in the league. So they get the tickets when the schedule come out. You Jaguar fans wait too late. They're going to buy them every time.
No, that's true. I mean, not just Packer fans, but also Steelers fans.
Oh, you're right.
Fans.
Steelers are right behind the Packers.
Yeah, well, and Cowboys fans, 49ers fans.
Okay, so tell me what the future looks like this season. You're 2-6. You're not there yet because of the weak AFC South. You can still compete. Well, what do you think the Jaguars are going to do? They're going to fold their 10, or what are they going to do?
Well, I say just keep on playing and then find a way to win. Get some W's. Mm-hmm. But they need to be consistent. Mm-hmm. They need consistency, especially, it starts with the front office. Mm-hmm. They need to make better choices and make decisions. Of course, like what we saw from the Packers, they got a good offensive line, something that we need. I thought the offensive line did okay.
Yeah.
But they need to be a competent, winning Jacksonville Jaguars organization.
Okay. Well, let me ask you one last thing, so I want to hold you up. A lot of the fans complain about the heat. What do you think about the heat today Do you think that should have affected maybe the Packers since they used to? But they say it's warm up there right now. So do you think it makes a difference?
Who knows? I mean, I guess it goes to show you, it probably doesn't matter if it's hot or cold. It's all about, playing to your abilities, just competing out there regardless of weather.
Right.
Whether it's rain or sunshine or snow.
Well, they won last week in London in the rain, so.
Yeah. But
Well,
it's
that's
how you
the
play the game and how you need to finish consistently at
make a
a
difference.
professional level.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm Coach Hall, man. If you go to Sports for Real, you can find me on there. I'm gonna put this video on there. You live right now on YouTube. So
Thanks.
So when you look on there, you can find a lot of good content about the Jaguars and a lot of other stuff. So I appreciate you talking to me.
And one thing to say, they need, even if the Jaguars potentially become a competent football organization and maybe win 3 Super Bowls, that probably won't stop opposing teams fans from traveling here and taking over probably nearly half the stadium.
Well, the thing is, history has shown that Jaguars, when they have a good team, fans will show up. They're not going to show up and spend all that money to have an average team. Matter of fact, a guy told me he come here the first week. He and his wife alone, now they spent $400 in one game.
Yeah.
Average person ain't going to spend that kind of money around here.
Winning changes everything, but
You're right.
Is that going to prevent opposing teams fans from taking over nearly half the stadium?
Well, I think what happens is they allot a certain amount of tickets to the opposing teams. But then after a certain time period, if the local fans hadn't bought them up, then they're going to sell to whoever gets them. That's where I think that works.
Yeah.
They're trying to make some money. In the end, they don't even worry about
Well,
it.
some of us say there's probably not much loyalty because of that.
Oh, ain't no loyalty. Are you from Jacksonville?
Yes, born and
Well, you know they took a long time to get a team here. Once they got a team here, everybody else already been loyal to other teams.
Well,
That make a difference.
Yeah, because the Packers, along with any other team that's been out for a long time, they're 100 years old.
Oh, you're right.
So, yeah, that's the reason. They travel well. They have great fans. And well, one of the true diehard Packers is Tom Grossi.
Yeah.
Yeah, he streamed the game on his YouTube channel.
he did?
He's ecstatic.
He's in the game streaming?
No, he's at his home. He streams Packers games whether it's home or away.
No, I'm trying to figure out how he gets away with that if it's NFL license.
No, I mean he streams on YouTube.
Right.
Yeah,
But I can't show the video of the game because I don't have a license to do that. Now, I can talk over the game without showing the picture.
Oh no, he watches on TV.
Oh, he's giving you his
He
thoughts.
watches on TV.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, he streams a Packers game at his home on TV and on YouTube.
Okay, now are you also a college fan?
Go Knowles.
Oh.
Yeah, even though it was terrible last night.
Well, I was about to ask you, next week you know what time it is, right? Them dogs coming to town,
Yeah,
man.
Florida-Georgia game.
Them dogs coming to town, man.
Yeah.
You see all these people milling around and getting out of here? Won't be like that next week. They're going to be hanging around, man.
Oh, man.
You're going to be a big party right in the parking lot, man.
Yeah, I think my uncle might be attending because he's a huge Florida fan.
You a Florida fan?
Loves this game.
Well, you know what I'm feeling? I think the Gators might show up next week.
Yeah, but
Georgia are all comfortable. They think they're just going to show up and win.
I wish the Seminoles would show up.
Well, Florida, they
didn't show up against the Hurricanes last
they
night.
got a snake bite last year and they hadn't recovered yet, so they're still on convalescent leave right
I don't know
now.
how long it's going to take to recover from a snake bite, but they need to find the cure.
Yeah, they'll be all right. But
It's
I
like
think
the Jags need to find the cure for inconsistency.
right.
So at least they show some promise, but it's not enough to be consistent.
Right.
It's just not enough yet. I know they were saying it's been like that for years. Mm-hmm. I've seen this story. I've seen this too many times. Going to a Jazz game for 9 years as a season ticket holder.
Yeah. Well, you got to keep sticking with them. I mean, it's here or there. Any team can win.
Yeah.
It's just they're getting the wrong end of the bounce right now. Next year they might be completely different. You never know.
Yeah, you're right.
That's the way it goes, man.
Yeah, that's what happen until some changes can be made.
Yeah.
Change themselves.
Well, what's probably going to happen is they're going to get rid of the head coach if they keep losing, and then the quarterback's got to earn his keep.
Get rid of the general manager.
Well, isn't this his second year? If he just got here, he's not going to get rid of him that quick.
What, Trent Baalke?
How long you been here?
The general manager, I think probably 3 or 4 years with the organization.
Oh yeah,
He
well,
was behind Dave Caldwell.
okay.
Yeah, he became the GM after the 2021 season.
Okay, and then he's got 3 years on the job. Well, depending on what kind of moves he makes this year and they come out with the same result, he might be going with the head coach. You never know. But I think Khan is patient, though. He won't get rid of him that quick. It'll be interesting though.
Well, he'll be happy with that new stadium going to be built.
Oh, it's going to be nice. It's going to be nice.
It'll be nice.
They're going to have new concourses and a different look on the outside. Yeah, it's going to be pretty nice. Because a lot of the Packers fans were complaining about the heat today. And with that new look, they're going to that'll drop the temperature about 20 degrees. Everybody be happy with that.
That's fine with me. I mean, I don't mind that as long as we.
King Street.
I can't wait to be back.
Do you see a ticket?
No, we already got you.
All right. Yep, that's me. All right, I lost connection there. I thought my battery was there, but I was actually in the sunlight, so I couldn't really see if I had lost signal or not. But I got it plugged up to my little portable charge here, and I was just recapping what happened today. The Jaguars ended up losing 30-27 to the Green Bay Packers. Been playing much better football than Jacksonville all year, but Jacksonville had the opportunities to win the game. They had gone up 20-17, and then Green Bay went up 20-17 to take the lead, and Jacksonville fumbled inside the 10-yard line, and that led to Packers going up by 10. Jacksonville came back and tied the game, but the last drive the Packers drove down, and they kicked the field goal with no time left on the clock, beating Jacksonville, sinking them to a lowly 2-6. Fans, as you can see, or I was trying to get the reactions of the fans as they came out of the stadium. They're dejected as always, but they've gotten used to it, and a lot of them think that the coach needs to go. A lot of them think that Trevor Lawrence needs to go. It's just a combination of things. So now, everybody's just trying to get up out of here. This is a stark contrast to what it's going to be like down here next week when Jacksonville hosts Georgia-Florida game. And like I said before, it's going to be a hotly contested contest. Both schools want to win. But outside the stadium, before the game starts, after the game starts, and for a certain contention during the game, those fans get on like gangbusters. They have a great time. It's like one big party. And at a certain time, they don't even care about who wins or loses. But it kind of fits into what's going on in society, because with this NIL, there's no loyalty amongst the players. And what they do, they changing teams like underwear. Case in point, Trevor Etienne, the brother of the Jaguars player, he transferred from Florida to go play for Georgia. In what world can you ever envision a guy from Florida going to play with the hated Bulldogs? They'll let you know it never really meant anything in the first place. It's all about money. And now that the players are getting some, they're doing the free agent thing just like they're doing the NFL. So is it surprising? No. But that's for next week. I got some ideas brewing about that game and the way that the season has been shaping up. It's going to get very interesting when Georgia comes to town next week. So I'll be excited to see how that unfolds. But as for me right now, I'm just leaving the stadium. And the best way to get to a game in Jacksonville, whether it's the Bulldogs next week or any other game that they have this thing called Game Day Express. And when you're on Game Day Express, you park your car at a designated area, like a parking lot. They call it Game Day Express. And then you catch the bus, and the bus drops you off right in front of the stadium pretty much. Now, they've changed the location because of certain improvements they made around here, but if you can see behind me a little bit, you can see the stadium in the background. And I'm like on the bus, and I'm going to the parking garage now, and $10, it drops me off at the stadium, and it's going to take me back to my car, and it's nice and seamless. Except for my water bottle is leaking because I'm trying to charge my phone as I talk. They got me one of my little portable chargers. So I'm all good. And because you're on a city bus, they clear a path to make it easier for you to get out of a certain area. So it won't take long for us to get out of here. Now, once I learned my way around Jacksonville years ago, I started to see the advantages of the bridge system around here. And if you know Jacksonville at all, you know that Arlington Bridge takes you to the east, and the Hart Bridge takes you to the southeast. And we're about to take the Hart Bridge across over to Atlantic Boulevard, they come up the back way to the parking garage. So it take about 10 minutes, and I'll be to my ride. But it's the best way to catch a game here in Jacksonville. And even if you don't catch kickoff, you can still park and ride. And it runs generally from like 10 o'clock all the way up to an hour after the game. And if you don't make it back on the bus, your car is still safe in the garage for like 11 o'clock that night. So you have no worries as long as you don't miss the bus. But like I say, some people, as you get closer to the stadium, they start charging you $50 to park. But why pay $50 when I can just jump on the bus when I get ready and ease on out of here? And as you see, I'm here to make this turn and another quick turn to go by the stadium, and then we're going to cruise over across the Hart Bridge. And once we get turned toward the bridge, it should take less than 10 minutes to get where I need to go. So I'm doing natural light, natural sound. I have to speak a little louder, maybe because of the noise of the bus. But at this late, most of the fans have already left because Jaguar fans are fair weather. Once they fell behind 10 points in the fourth quarter, the fans started running out of there. They don't like the fact that they fell behind. So here's a perfect example. The cops just let us go. We get ready to make this turn, and we're going to make another turn, and we're going to be right here on the bridge. Now the ramp to the bridge is a little backed up, but that won't take long because it's just a mini merge here. And Jacksonville is a great place to get around post-game. Unlike some places where it's stuck downtown and the roads all choked, and man, it might take you forever to get out of some places. But here, nice and easy. But Jaguars, they have fallen to 2-6. So the question is, what are they going to do now? Fans aren't happy with Trevor Lawrence. Really not happy with him today because he fumbled the ball inside his 10 that the Packers were able to pick up to cash in for some very critical points. I think Lawrence, his problem is he's trying too hard to live up to his contract. He signed for about a quarter billion, and ever since then he hasn't done too great. He's missed a lot of wide open receivers. It probably cost him at least 2 games. And today he fumbled. And might as well say cost him the game because it puts him in a bad situation. I think if he just relax and start playing some ball, now that a lot of people feel like they're out of it, maybe the Jags may feel like they're out of it. And if they feel that way, then they might just relax and start playing a little bit of football. But who knows? I have no idea. But anyway, in any case, the AFC South is pretty weak, and they have a good chance to make a run at it if they can get a couple games in a row. Today's game was critical because the Packers are a good opponent, and even though they lost, it's still a non-conference game. That's a tiebreaker that will hurt them down the line. But the most immediate tiebreakers are head-to-head in conference, not non-conference like the Packers are. So if you can see behind me here, we get ready to go across the bridge here. We got some little bit of traffic ahead of us, but maybe you can see the stadium behind us as we crest over the bridge here. So, like I say, this is not a bad spot. A lot of people from up north, Philadelphia, New York, Boston, are coming this way because of the prices. Yes, it's raising some of the prices around here, but it is still a cheap place, a cheap enough place that you can raise a family and not go broke. I don't know how long that's going to last, because, of course, people are price gouging. I mentioned the fact yesterday that every time I go get an oil change, they're trying to tell me it's $100. And the excuse is we just raised our prices. Look here, man. I'm not paying $100 for an oil change. I don't care what you say. I'm changing myself. Before, I'd let you change it, so if you messed it up, I don't have to worry about it. You don't have to fix it. That actually happened to me before. This guy changed my oil at a dealership and forgot to put the oil back in. I didn't realize it until I got down the street and I blew my engine. They replaced it, but that's a situation you don't want to get into because they'll start pointing fingers if you wait long enough that you won't get your replacement. So if you have to, it's not going to cost $50 to change your oil if you do it yourself. So if they're going to charge $100 for oil change, it's time to find some alternative methods to get that done. We're at the top of the bridge now, starting to head down. Again, see a little bit of the city in the background there. There's nobody on the bus but me and 2 other people, so most of the people that were taking this express ride, they already left. And after on it, Jaguar fans, if they don't think they're going to win, they clear out of the stadium fast. And the day the heat was like over 80, so that was a real good excuse for them to leave. And then when they fell down by 10, that was it. Those people got out of there. But like I always say, you never know how these games are going to go. In the NFL, I think about 85% of the games always come down to the last minute. And why spend all that money just to leave early and then find out later on that the game went to overtime or something like that? Talked to some people on my ride share from the first week of the season, say he and his wife spent $400 for one game. That's a ridiculous amount of money to spend for one football game. And I don't see how the average person can afford it, especially when you're talking about a family of 4 or 5. That's an awful lot of money to be spending for a football game. Might just be best if you just stay home and watch it on TV. That's what I would do. You don't have to worry about no housing. You don't have to worry about parking. You don't have to worry about none of that. And you definitely don't have to worry about roasting in the stands like a lot of those people did today. So, but the thing about it, when a team starts to win, none of that even matters. So Jacksonville, they just happened to be not winning today, and they lost again today. They're now 2-6. Halfway through the season, they got 9 more opportunities. Who's to say they won't put a run together? Maybe they can go 7-2, finish 9-8. They'll still be in the race because you know the AFC South is weak. Tennessee, not so good. Colts, they already beat the Colts. Plus, they had the Texans beat. They can play with them. So the Jacksonville is not thoroughly dead. They can still make a run and get themselves into the playoff race. The question is, do they think they can do it? Anyway, that's just my take on it. I had a good conversation with a Jaguars fan. That's when I thought my battery was going out. So if you rewind this video back to the first 4 or 5 minutes, he gave you a cerebral take on what he thinks about the Jaguars. And you will find, if you do a look at the research, he's not that far off. So until next time, we'll talk a little bit more college football and go live more often and for longer. If you like what you're seeing, give me a thumbs up for your like. Subscribe. And if you really like what I'm talking about, shoot me a super thanks. You'll be the first. I don't know how that works. Super thanks me. Let me know how that works out, because I have no idea. So until next time, this is Good Sports for Real. I'm out.
Okay, you coming home tonight? Okay, we'll drive safe. Okay.